When he hits that hill, it's going to hurt.
Well, in the distance is the 3 kilometre banner. The official time check under it is 13 kilometres. We've just started the slopes now. Renier, the man who started it all at the 22nd kilometre today, is trying now desperately to finish it off. And the peloton, disorganised by the third crash in as many days, where riders have gone out with broken bones, are now coming at a gallop. But they're not there yet, but they will be soon. Leon van Bonner's gone to the front. He may as well try something because they're coming very, very close.
Another crash at the back.
Sounds like another crash call.
We're getting all this information from Race Radio, the Race Referees channel. This is in French. And you can see these guys now raising the white flag. And in fact, Jalabert has gone down, number 51. So again, chaos. And there are a lot of US Postal jerseys there too. This is a big rider.
Well, they've got Ekimov down nearest. And Ekimov is looking after Armstrong.
Has gone down as well. He's not crashed, but he had a slight problem here. This is number 1. This is the defending champion right now. He's inside 2.5 kilometers to go. Armstrong is up and riding. The race referee's car is by him. This is why the Tour de France over the first 10 days is so very dangerous and precarious. There was Georgi Hincapie, but you know what? Armstrong is going to fly up through this field. He looked all right to me. There was no problem to his bike at all. And here's the last-minute attack.
Well, Armstrong has got to get on because he'll lose time here. This race will be split time today. The riders will split up on the Kime. A lot of effort being done there by Armstrong and his team to bring them back together. As we now have an attack here, it's coming from Fasta Bortolo. And these are the attacks where we'd expect them to come because this is a long, nasty climb up towards the finish.
This is a tough climb. This is the time when you can actually hit the sprinters hard and fast right now. But the drama, I think, really is at the back end of the main field. Look at this. US Postal Service today are being asked by Lance Armstrong to pull him back into the main peloton. This man going clear at the front here is Marco Vello of Fasta Bortolo. He's only got himself 20 or 30 meters advantage. It's the pink jerseys of Team Telecom on the front setting the tempo. This is the worst possible time for Armstrong to crash and have an incident. He has got to claw his way back up here. But you know what, Phil? Looking at him there, he is not panicking at all. He is very calm and very collected. He's using his team to pace him onto the tail of this main peloton. The attack now coming from David Echavarria from the Euskaltel Euskadi team.
He's the rider lost an overall chance in a crash himself early on in this tour. David Barrier, if he gets it, he's won a race on a similar climb like this in the past here stage of the Tour de France. He's going to reach the breakaway man, Marco Vello. Vello hasn't won a time trial race this year. At 1 kilometre to go, he's tipping over the summit now. He's on the flat and the peloton can reorganise themselves. Echevarria takes a good look to see what he can do here. As it is Danilo Hondo trying to organise the chase, but there's a definite split on now.
Danilo Hondo on the front there in the white jersey. The yellow jersey, Igor Gonzalez de Galdiano, was very front. There's a lot of pressure at the back because Lance Armstrong has been involved in an incident just a few moments ago. 3 of those guys have been pulled back into the fold, but there's a move going off the front right now by Mapeo. Lance Armstrong apparently 15 seconds behind the main peloton at the moment.
Well, this looks like Pedro Jarillo is trying to slip away here for the Mapei team. I might well surprise us with a surprise. Brad McGee there in second place. It is going there. The sprint has been spoilt here by this hill for sure of 400 meters. And I think this is Pedro Jarillo. And if it is, and it doesn't matter who it is, it's a Mapei rider who's going to get the sprint as he's being closed in by Bradley McGee. McGee is trying to reach him. He was the man that's supposed to lead out Baden Cook, but he's too strong. I think McGee might get his stage win here because he's closing very, very quickly. Pedro Jarillo is beginning to crack as the sprint is starting behind now. And as they kick behind, it looks as though McGee is going to get the victory of his life. Bradley McGee, the Australian, takes it on the line. And what an incredible result that was. Well, Australia have got the win, but by the man we didn't really expect it to. He was supposed to lead out Baden Cook, and he rode the field off his wheel.
Absolutely brilliant. Now this is the group of Armstrong. Armstrong there with Andrea Taffy, Laurent Jalabert. These are the men who were involved in that crash. Let's have a quick look at the time. 26 seconds in arrears for Lance Armstrong today. 26 seconds is not a catastrophe, but it just goes to prove on the flat stages of the Tour de France, you have to be attentive at all the times.
Bradley, were you aware of the crashes that were going on behind you?
Yeah, I was actually in one of them. I had a foot to the floor. Luckily, one of my teammates waited for me and got me back up there. Oh, that was that last one, 5K to go. But it was no problem.
What does this mean to you today?
I can't believe this is the biggest thing ever. Yeah, I can't believe it.
It was the biggest disappointment ever for Pedro Orio, who thought he'd timed his burst to the line perfectly, only to deflate in the last 10 metres when he turned and saw McGee powering past him.
Hombre, pues sí, yo creo que las fuerzas las tengo como para ganar una etapa, pero las circunstancias nunca sabes cómo son, ¿no? Y desde luego la circunstancia era favorable para mí y para desgracia de Óscar, pues esa caída suya pues me ha favorecido a mí, ¿no? Y he tratado de intentarlo y la verdad es que tengo una desilusión tremenda ahora mismo porque lo he visto tan cerca que es mejor no verlo tan cerca para no llevarte esa desilusión, ¿no?
So the yellow jersey competition